Good morning, Lionhearts. Look who's next to me. I stayed up until 2 in the morning. It took me 4.5 hours, but I got all my receipts inputted for my taxes. For the most part, I have all that stuff done. Aren't you proud of me? That's why you got no outro on the vlog last night. I got so intent on working on it, I was like, I'm done with the vlog. I'm going down the rabbit hole of putting in these receipts, so they're done. So we're going to go contact Michael and see when he can get them done. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins. Hey, Ja. What's up, friendo? Good to see you, friend. Good morning, gang. It is a lovely day here in Los Angeles. And unless I change my mind in the next half hour, I know what I'm going to vlog today. I've been wanting to do this one for quite a while. Actually, I tried to do it one time and I couldn't make it happen. I'm gonna go see where Jim Rockford's trailer was parked in the Rockford files. And last time I went, they tried to charge me $40. They give you 10 minutes free parking in the little parking area, but I can't imagine as long-winded as I am as I'm gonna be able to get in and out of there in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna park up on Pacific Coast Highway and I'm gonna walk down. And it's pretty cool because right behind where his trailer was parked, right there where the beach starts, is also where the cover of a Beach Boys album was taken. And I love the Beach Boys, so this is going to be like a double header here. Since it's such a far drive all the way out to Malibu to do this, I'm going to hit a few things along the way and I'm going to save them for future vlogs in case I have to work. And those I'm just as excited about because they're both huge parts of my life, my personality, and things that I really wanted to see. So this is going to be a really awesome day. I'll show you guys a lot of things along the way, but the Rockford section, that's what I'm super excited about because I have some really interesting stories about that. Unfortunately, since I'm going to be gone so long, I'm going to have to leave him here. I tried to see if he could go play with his buddy, but his buddy is off doing something else today. I think we can all agree that I need to do this. We're on the PCH, headed out to see Jim Rockford's trailer. I wish. There's the Big Mexican. I used to eat there a lot. I used to work over here as an assistant. By George, I've made it. Paradise Cove. And there's the Paradise Cove Beach Cafe, where we saw Jim Rockford eat many a meal. Now, of course, the Rockford Files was long before my time. But I've seen all the reruns, and I've always loved that show. Partially what I think I love about it is it's kind of a throwback to those shows that I love that where the characters get in a disguise at some point in the show and have to pretend to be somebody else. They do like an improv thing. It always used to happen on the A-Team, and Jim Rockford has to do it all the time. He always has to pretend he's some other guy looking for something else because he's a private eye. Now, what's kind of cool is they haven't changed much down here. I mean, they have, but they haven't. They've added, you know, some rental areas for, I think, like surfboards and stuff, or they did at least at one point, and they've branched out the restaurant into some more outdoor eating area. But as far as the parking lot and how it was laid out, they haven't broken any of it up and they haven't done anything like that. But what is actually really cool is that a few years after the show ended, down here on Cove Lane, and I'll show you where, there was a guy who got the exact model of trailer that Jim Rockford had. He decked it all out in Rockford Files. I mean, the entire outdoors and indoors was exactly the way it was in the show, all the way down to the desk and the pistol and the cookie jar. And this guy used to have it parked out here, and you could pay $3 and go in there and he'd do like a little museum tour. Now, nobody really seems to know what happened to the guy. This was like I said, in the early 80s. And the last time anybody really had seen that guy or his trailer was in like 1985. Now, as I understand it, they used to have the trailer actually right here. Now, I could be wrong about that, but they said the guy had worked out a deal where he was able to keep it right here. And now we're going to go on in. And all you old-time Rockford Files fans, I know you're going to love this because there it is right over there. I mean, almost every single episode he was here. Rocky was either working on something out front, or Jim was walking into his trailer after a long day and somebody was waiting in there to surprise him. Either somebody who's looking for him or a woman who's looking for him. So let's work our way over. Now here's the restaurant. Like I said, numerous episodes you'd see Jim Rockford eating inside this place or parking his car right up here up front and walking over. Now it looks like they've put in the showers are now kind of more where his trailer used to be. It's pretty much situated just like that. That's an ATM. See, and they have like the walkway to the beach right here. Yeah, his trailer would have been right here. Now here's also what I wanted to see when I came out here, was that even beyond this, if you walk over here and you walk into the, oh, look at that. They even have a memorial for the Rockford Files. I didn't even know about that. 1974 to 1980. And you can see that that dock right there that's in the background. Well, the one that he's standing on and the one that's in the background. You can actually see that dock right over here. Now, what else I wanted to show you is that right over here, where these beachgoers are, over here is where the cover of Beach Boys' Surfin' Safari album was taken. Now I look like probably a pervert, but they were actually like running through with a surfboard right there. And I'll post it in. And that was about the earliest of the Beach Boys' career. It was right here. And just to show you, Jim Rockford's trailer would have been right there. This is quite a bit of history filmed out here. Especially if you're a Beach Boys fan, it's pretty much where it all started. Now I may be mistaken, but I think Surfin' Safari was actually their first full-length record. So when they came out and they caught fire and everybody was having Beach Boys fever and buying the records, that is what they would have known California to be. That would have been what everyone's vision all over the world of California and the surf would have been. I almost want to go in here and eat. There's some pretty cool old stuff here. Checking out the seagulls. So cool. There you go, Dave Hughes. You've been requesting it. I was going to do it anyway, but I didn't mind driving today for some reason. And this right here is what deterred me the last time I came. I didn't have time to stop and eat last time I came. So they give you a 10-minute grace period if you go even a second over that. $50 on the weekend or $35 through the week. No wonder Rockford never had any money. I think I am gonna go eat here today. Oh wow, look at all the history they have out here. All the pictures of the pier and everything. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to eat here. Is that Al Jolson? Jesus. Okay, I am not gonna eat in there. It's a 25-minute wait for everybody. Like, you can't even like sit at the bar and eat. Everything was packed. And then I grabbed a menu and it was $19.95 for a burger, $18.95 for a tuna melt. I can't justify that. That's half the admission to go on that John Wayne birthday cruise ride that I wanted to do, so I think we'll stick to not eating right now. Hope you guys enjoyed Rockford Files, guys. I've wanted to see that forever, and if you've never seen Rockford Files, if you're younger and it's like you've never given it a chance, I never had either. But I always liked James Garner and Maverick when I saw it, and then my buddy Kevin, he would always talk about how he always works and has that on in the background, and he would quote all these things from it and then say, "I can't believe you don't watch Rockford Files. It's exactly the kind of stuff you like." And then one day I watched it and I was hooked. So here it is, Casa de Rockford. We're out of here. And they actually have a mobile home community over here you can live in. You know what's pretty crazy is I watched an interview with James Garner, and he was talking about how the Rockford Files ended and why it ended. He said basically, the first season he had blown out his knee, and then the second season, going up some stairs, he screwed it up even worse. And he said it was an ongoing thing. And then he said the final season, they were about 2/3 of the way through the season, he went to a doctor, and the doctor said he had internal bleeding everywhere, and if he didn't take a break, he was gonna die. So he went and saw a couple other doctors. They all verified that and said, "You need a break now." And he said, "Well, when can I go back to work?" And they said, "We don't know." So he called the studio, told him this, and they immediately sued him for breach of contract. Not only that, that day they canceled the show, reassigned all the writers to a new show. That was the end. He said what it was that he said at that time he had been fighting with a network trying to get three things. Two of the actors or writers on the show more money, and one, he wanted a new writer. He said, "I was asking for three things, hoping for two, but I would have settled for one, which was just a new writer." And he said they thought that he was, or they saw that as he was using this, what they thought was a fake injury, as leverage to try and make them cave into some of those demands, which he said wasn't true. And he said he won that lawsuit, countersued, and that was the end of the Rockford Files. What a crappy way to go out, huh? I mean, I just saw one of my favorite private detectives where he lived. Doesn't get much more wonderful than that. And right before we go, they leave you with the little Beach Boys. Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world. Well, I made it home, and I forgot to tell you guys out there, I read that they have a Rockford Fest every year. They've had it for a few years now, and there's a guy who attends it every year. He has like 3 of the actual cars that Rockford used throughout the filming of the show. Apparently this guy, I don't know what kind of business he owns. I believe it's some sort of auto mechanic shop or something, and a guy brought in a motorhome one time, and it was the exact same motorhome, like the same year, 59, Nanster, whatever that was, mobile home that Jim Rockford lived in. He said, "Hey, if you ever want to sell it, let me know." So the guy sold it to him. It's in perfect condition. the inside is laid out the way that the actual trailer was laid out on the Rockford Files. See, they did all the interiors on a soundstage on Universal. I think it was soundstage 23 or 24, something like that. And they did it that way so that when they filmed Rockford at his desk, they could just make that a separate wall, and they could just do that like that. And then whenever they filmed inside the trailer for interior shots, they could remove that wall and have the cameras there pointing into the trailer. So this guy has bought the trailer, and he says once he gets the last of his cars ready to go and gets them back in working order and the way he wants them, he's going to redo the entire trailer inside and out. And it'll basically be like the way that guy had it in the early 80s that used to sit out there on Cove Way and charge $3 for you to come in and for him to do his museum spiel about Jim Rockford. So if you're a Rockford fan, Rockford Fest, whatever it's called. I don't know what's going on, but there's like 3 or 4 helicopters in my neighborhood right now. And in case anybody was wondering, my burrito joint Mamachella's did close. I drove by there today since it's Taco Tuesday, and they are closed for business. Cue the sad trombone. Wah, 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 wah. R.I.P. Well, I know what I'm doing for tomorrow's vlog, and I'm pretty excited because it's gonna have the girl that I met a couple of weeks ago that I was all excited about meeting in it. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna tell you that she has invited me to go meet her somewhere, and I'm gonna vlog that, so you won't want to miss tomorrow, that's for sure. Make a move. I dare you. He and I just got done with a serious WrestleMania inside. It was a serious throwdown fight. It was fun. He loves it. It's his favorite. Thanks for coming to Malibu with us today, guys. Have a great night.